It is a signatory on the rights of protection of minorities, and right now, as previous speakers mentioned, in a stipulated form of summarized version, I would say that the Hindu Rashtra politics that is going on, especially post 2014, when the Indian government was formed under the Modi regime, and I was there at that time in Srinagar, and those were the worst times for us as a family for the freedom struggle, and Yasin had launched a Quit Kashmir campaign. So that was the time after the Congress when I visited from Pakistan, Delhi, and I visited Kashmir. So the oppression that we faced, physical attacks also, not just on me but also on my daughter, they have still, left trauma on our souls. And since then, the entire Kashmiri Hurriyat leadership is locked up in jails. Either they have been poisoned in jail, such as Ashar Sarai Sahab. We lost a legendary Hurriyat leader, Saeed Ali Gilani Sahab, whose grave is also sub-jail. And when we talk about persecution, because what we go through, we know what others are going through. We feel the pain of the Palestinians, because a lot of people have spoken about what's happening with the Christians, with the minorities, with the Sikhs within India, and also about the transnational network of India regarding their target killing and their terrorist activities. I think I would like to just mention a few of the Sikh activists that were assassinated, murdered, killed in July 2022. In Canada was Rupinder Singh Malik. Then May 2023 in Pakistan was Paramjeet Singh Panjwar. Then there was Avtar Singh Kanda in 2023, murdered in June in England. And then Hardeep Singh Nijjar, 2023 June in Canada. Then Sukhdev Singh 2023 September in Canada. And the recent example that the person's life was saved. And there's international reporting of this plan of targeting some key Sikh leaders in America. And same goes for the Kashmiri activists. Salim Rahman was targeted in 2023 January in Pakistan. Syed Khalid Raza was killed on February 2023 in Pakistan. Then Bashir Ahmed Peer, February 2023 in Pakistan. Then M. Riaz in September 2023 in Azad, Jammu and Kashmir. So Pakistan has also been one of the worst targets of the RSS and of the terrorist activities which have been planned within India and which have been exploded within Pakistan. So it's one of the worst victims. So there is an international nexus also, regional nexus, national nexus, and also in India illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. And when we look at the incidents just of 2021, 294 incidents of hate crime against Muslims, Christians, Sikhs have been reported. And believe you me, thousands of churches have been attacked there. And despite the so-called legal protections, the Places of Worship Act, a mosque, a temple, church, any place is supposed to be safe there, but due to their anti-minority bills and their other practices, especially when it comes to their implementation of human rights under the International Covenants on Civil and Political Rights, there is a poor display of that, and under active attacks which have taken place of Muslims, forced conversions of Christians, and we've seen that RSS has been involved in various terrorist activities, be it church bombings, be it Mecca bombings, be it terrorist activities. And I would like to, in a summarized version, because since all the speakers have given very informative information, but I think it's very important that we need to classify the differences or the commonalities that we see with the current times of the RSS and the Zionist and the RSS Hindutva, and also of the Nazis, that they have established, they're trying to establish the RSS is a Hindu supremacy, which is the same as the Aryan supremacy of the Nazis, and same as the anti-Semitism and vilification of the Jewish population on political agenda. Similarly, Islamophobia, vilification of Muslims, Christians, Sikh populations as a political and also as a religious agenda. And then the citizenship law redefined German citizenships to exclude Jewish people. And the same goes for the NRC, the Indian National Registration of Citizens and Citizen Amendment Act, which will strip many Muslims and minorities of their citizenship and make them stateless, which has already happened with the people of Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir since the abrogation of 5th of August. Though we are not a part of India, but we are under their occupation. So we are literally refugees. And the latest is 4,000 acres of land has been, demarcated by India in the past week of the properties owned by Kashmiri people, be it the residential, commercial, schools. They will be shifted in the name of Indians who are following the RSS ideology. And then recently we have seen that the law which was of banning of beef consumption, lynching of transportation of cattle, same as the law for banning kosher slaughter. And then there was this law for the protection of German blood and honor, banned marriage and extramarital relations between Jews and those of German blood. Similarly, we have seen the prohibition of unlawful conversion of religions ordinance 2020, also known as the love jihad, that is being promoted through their media also that you're seeing. The law seeks to protect Hindu women, preventing interfaith marriages. Then there's a government fund which is being specifically used to spread fake news to demonize minorities and propagate Hindutva. And you'll be amazed that for the past 13 years, RSS has been involved in making atomic bombs. So it is an armed, parallel army to the Indian forces, which is a major security risk, not just for the Indians or for the Kashmiris or South Asia. I think it's globally, because now the global network of this terrorism has spread so fast because nobody is willing to persecute such fascist leadership that have, be it Netanyahu or Modi. And the lack of the implementation of international law and lack of implementation of the Geneva Conventions on genocide and especially on humanitarian law. So we are in a lawless land now, and the new world order that I am seeing is that genocide and the new religion that has emerged is the fascism, is Hindutva and Zionism, which is ruling, which is changing the global world order. And through that, I think nobody is safe, be it any people of any caste, color, creed, or any faith. Nobody is safe. So this is going to have multiply impacts globally. So this is a very important topic by organized by the organizers of this event, especially Mr. Hamid Gul Saab. So there's Hamid Lone Saab, and then there's this economic boycott campaign against the minority-owned businesses in India, and that is also something which is very dangerous. Dehumanization of minorities by referring them as demons, also call them pigs, termites, foreigners, thieves, destruction of religious places. So all these things where government funds and state patronage is being used, what we are seeing right now, be it the violence against the Christians being the third largest religion, and then you have the Sikhism over there, all these religions over there, they are being forced into various kind of malicious instruments which were mentioned by the previous speakers: Ghar Wapsi, love jihad, anti-conversion laws, ban on cow slaughter, discrimination in employment and hate speech, arson of churches, forced conversions, physical violence, sexual assaults, and destruction of religious schools of various faiths. And then, because I will be concluding, because there's so much of data which we can share around, but there's one very important thing where I think we should create an awareness that the UN High Commissioner report, so many reports have come forward by the State Department of America, but especially the June 2018 and July 2019 reports on the human rights, especially focusing on the situation in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Since then, we have failed to have any higher commissioner's office on Kashmir on human rights. So this is also a big dilemma, that where should we record our human rights complaint when there's no human rights commission over there. So these are some of the points where we can make our case very, very strong to get RSS banned according to international law, because they're a global terrorist network, and I think now the main focus should be on applying international law and taking them to international court, criminal courts and international court of justice. And we have very strong dossiers on this, and especially what's happening in Kashmir and with the minorities, that makes it even stronger. And then the sympathies that the whole world has received for the Palestinian people, that also makes the case to fight against extremism and fascist regimes like those of Netanyahu and Modi. I think we need to synchronize more the marginalized communities of the world with the minorities of India, Kashmir and Palestine. Thank you very much.